Hi readers, welcome back. It's Kim, the lifelong reader, and today I'm going to be responding to a tag. I was tagged by Tammy Esposito on her book channel, and the tag is called Booktag, the sequel to itself. And I believe these questions there's 5 of them here. They are mainly asking me to focus on how I am looking at myself as a booktuber. How am I operating my book channel? And most of you know my book channel is relatively new. I think I posted my first video on August 29th this year. So I'm still very much in the learning and growing phase and enjoying every step of it. But I have a feeling that the person who created these questions was maybe a booktuber that had been doing this for a while longer than me. So let me address these questions and you might see what I mean. So the first question says, do you feel obliged to read or obligated to read? And I don't feel obligated to read just for this book channel. I created this book channel because I already am a reader. And I look around BookTube and I see lots of people that are creating a lot of content that doesn't directly relate to books they have just read. And I've done that myself. I have my Bookish Chat series of videos that started out as 3 Questions Thursdays, where I asked 3 bookish questions and then I answered them myself. And it was a way for me to share a little bit more of my back list of reading. Some of my favorite authors, some of my favorite subjects that revolve around reading and book collecting. And it was a really fun way to talk about bookish things. So I don't feel obligated to read. I read as a hobby. I read as a true joy, something that adds to my life. And I feel like I could talk for quite a while before I would have to read another book. So I do it purely for pleasure. Question number 2. Numbers aren't everything. Do you agree or disagree? And I believe this is related to the number of books that you read. And I do read a fair, decent amount of books each year. I usually aim for at least 50. I feel like if I have that goal set for myself and I track it on Goodreads, that I'm much more likely to get there. Now, sometimes I forget to log things onto Goodreads, so I'm not extremely particular about that, but I do try to catch every read and put it on there. I listen to a lot of audio when I'm doing things around the house or commuting, and that definitely adds to my reading. And I do that on Goodreads. I mark all of those as library reads, audio. I do distinguish between paper. I don't really call out the ebooks, but I do distinguish between paper and audio on my Goodreads account. Question 3, do you feel pigeonholed? Do you feel you need to make content on certain things? I don't feel pigeonholed, but I do have a certain lane I want to stay in somewhat. And that would be the lane of someone who reads very widely across many genres, across many outlets, whether that's library, thrift store, used bookstore, Amazon, brand new bookstore, paper, ebook, Audible, audiobooks. I want to be that type of reader. And it doesn't necessarily mean I'm reading brand new bestsellers. I might if there's somebody that I just absolutely have to read. So no, how could a new BookTube channel feel pigeonholed at this time? So that question doesn't really feel like something that I'm feeling at this time. Question 4. Are you reading for the algorithm? This question I thought about for a long time, and I thought, who would actually answer this question with a yes? I'm reading for the algorithm. And I realized that I should answer this question yes, because the reason I created my own BookTube channel was because the algorithm was not serving up a channel like the one I wanted to watch. And that would be the one I'm creating for you. And that doesn't mean it's not out there. It just means that larger channels with larger followings are getting pulled by the algorithm and offered to different people. The smaller BookTube channels are really a lot less to be referred to me. And those were the ones that I was looking for. So am I creating or am I reading for the algorithm? Yes, I am. I'm reading for the algorithm that I want to create. I'm reading for to join the other voices of the booktubers that are reading books like me, so we can be a little bit louder, a little bit stronger, and maybe be pulled into that algorithm a little bit more, so we can be offered up to all of the viewers here on BookTube that are always looking for their next favorite book channel. So as a viewer here on BookTube, I know that I sampled quite a large variety of the larger booktubers, and a lot of them just didn't fit what I was looking for. So I am definitely trying to pull that algorithm our way by adding to the voices here on BookTube that are reading older titles, reading backlist novels, and reading very widely across multiple genres. And lastly, question 5, what is the worst part of content creation for books? I guess it would be, in my particular case, I am filming on an iPhone and then I edit on a PC. So those two don't tend to work very well together. And I will film a video on my phone, and sometimes it can take 2 days to upload to the cloud so I can manipulate it on my PC, which really stinks. So I find myself filming and then waiting and waiting and waiting to be able to manipulate the video, and I just get frustrated. I've considered buying some more equipment, but equipment is really, really expensive. I mean, it's crazy. A new camera for this is around $500, and then you have to buy the lens to go on it, and it would be another $400 approximately, and that's just nuts. That is a lot of books that I can buy right there. So thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this, and until I see you again, happy reading.